Hi, Leo. Welcome to my table. My name is Ginger of Tarot by Ginger. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do an intuitive tarot reading for Consciousness of Leo for the month of June 2025. I have Saint Germain with me here already. I invited him in earlier, asked him to join us. And Archangel Michael is here and Gabriel so far. So let's get going with your reading. Let's see what do your guides and teachers and angels want you to know for the month of June, Leo, for 2025. All right, I'm going to pull an Archangel card for you first. Archangel Samael. It's not Shamuel, but Samael. Choose harmonious responses, act with wisdom and grace. Choose harmonious responses. Act with wisdom and grace. You know, Leo in your high um in your high evolution acts with harmony, wisdom, and grace. That's what I'm going to say. You act with harmony, wisdom, and grace. You are a person who can bring beauty and joy and light into a room and into the spirit of people of the people around you. So that's what I get for the Archangel card, Archangel Samael. Okay. Now I'm going to pull an animal totem card for you for the month of June. Leo, what animals will Leo be working with? Will the consciousness of Leo be working with this month? Polar bear, ancestors. You're working with your ancestors. That's kind of interesting. I see how this guy is blocking. He's got his drum in his hand, but he seems to be blocking others from the ancestor, the polar bear. Let's see what that's about. Let's see what that's about. 26. Our ancestors, our ancestors are around us all the time. It's interesting this morning, my dog Ranger, who you know him by the pictures because I posted some pictures of him as thumbnails. In past readings, he's the white dog. He was laying here in the living room in the middle of the floor. And then I was in the bedroom deciding what I was going to wear today. And he comes in and he starts crying and he looks out into the living room. And I know when he does that, that means that, there are spirits there. And I just had the sense that it was my mom and dad and a grandfather, that there was my father's father and my mom and dad. And so rather than going back into the living room, he laid down between the living room and the bedroom and waited for me to clear out the energy because he was uncomfortable with it. He doesn't know my grandfather. He knows my father. He knows my mother, but he doesn't know my father and my grandfather. So that made him uncomfortable, but not so much that he wanted to leave the room, entirely. So anyway, our ancestors are always around us. All right. Okay, so this is Nanook, the polar bear. Nanook means polar bear. And in Inuktitut, I thought Inuit, Inuit, and the Inuit nation, and the king of the white bears. He held the rules and the taboos of humans' relationship with the bears. As with humans, bears stand on their hind legs and walk, play with their cubs, hunt, and navigate through the ice. So perhaps the ancestors of those who have passed live on within the bears. So that's why he's standing there like that. Could be playing with you. He could be playing with you. This also reminds me, I have a deck of King Arthur cards, and this igloo here, there's a card in the deck that talks about ancestors specifically, and it has one of the characters walking up to this hole in the ground, and it looks kind of like an igloo. It's definitely set apart for the rest of the land, and it's covered with grass. It's really a beautiful place, but ancestors are in there. And so he's going in to pull out the treasures of his ancestors. So, Leo, I'm going to say that this month, your ancestors are asking you to bring harmony into your world for those around you with wisdom and grace. I can kind of see some ancestors who are saying that they may not have been the most harmonious people themselves, but now that they're on the other side, they see how that was not the way that they would have wanted to act if they had known. And so they're asking you and bringing to you harmony in your spirit so that you can bring it to others. All right. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay. I am going to use the Tattoo Tarot today. I haven't used this deck in a long time. There's the book, Eight Coins Tattoo Tarot. I haven't used this in quite a while. Let's see. What does Leo need to know for the month of June 2025? Guides and angels, ancestors and teachers. What does Leo need to know? You know, I work with Saint Germain a lot, and he happens to like music, and he happens to like R&B. He enjoys Earth, Wind, and Fire. He likes Stevie Wonder, and he likes to dance. So actually, the first time I ever met Saint Germain, actually the second time, he offered his hand to me as though he was calling me to dance with him. Very interesting. He's a very um, loving energy. Familiar. He's a very familiar, loving energy. So maybe some of you have worked with Saint Germain before. Lots of love there. And mentorship. He's a good mentor for me. Okay, here we go for Leo. Ace of Pentacles, Leo. Very nice. A gift of abundance. Didn't need to work for it. It is your gift. Your gift from God. Your gift from God. Beautiful. It is a gift for you this month. So God hands you this coin and says, what do you want to do with this? I call this the Garden of Eden card because in the Rider-Waite deck, it looks like you're in the Garden of Eden. But so what are you going to do with this big coin that God is giving you? Well, I have the feeling that there's a new venture here for you, and you have been hoping for this coin. And I think that you had trust and faith that it was going to come. Okay, the next, so this is your situation, Ace of Pentacles. What crosses you is the Five of Cups. There's some grief. Now, I wonder what this grief is. There's some grief here. It crosses you, crosses your situation. Or maybe the money is coming as a gift from an inheritance. That's possible. Hmm. Doesn't take away the grief, does it? It doesn't. I mean, it's nice to receive the gift. It's nice to be so lovingly thought of, right? To have an inheritance. That is love. That is love when someone leaves us, leaves something for us when they pass because they want to take good care of us. And that's really lovely. It doesn't take away the grief, and sometimes it just makes it more pronounced that we know they loved us so much. But this card also talks about recognizing your grief, yes, working through it, but knowing that there is life still to be lived. And that person who passed wants you to live that life. Your ancestor would want you to live your life. Your spouse would want you to continue to live your life. Okay, so at the bottom of the reading, which is why the reading is taking place, we have, this is interesting, another Five of Wands. This is like a situation where a group of people say, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. Yes, I want to do that too. Let's do it. And when they go to do it, everybody starts fighting about how to get it done. This is at the bottom of the reading. It's interesting. Everybody's fighting about how to get something done. And this is kind of like sibling rivalry, kind of arguing. It's really immature fighting. So this is the reason the reading's taking place. This is the reason this reading is taking place in this way at this time. Okay, so this is like the history of the reading. People not being able to work together. I'm going to say in your family. And the next card, ooh, this is wicked. Oh, looks really painful. The 10 of Swords. That is a painful looking 10 of Swords. This is a card saying, I am done. I've had enough. I am done. I've had enough. This is what this is doing to me. I am done. I'm finished. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to find another way. I need to find another way. The next card is the Eight of Cups. This points to the outcome of the reading. All right, let's see what we have. So this is, Eight of Cups is this is really, wow, this reading is like on target. I mean, each card is informing the next and the next. So this is someone who is being called. It's the desire of their heart. When this kind of stuff happens, it is so disorienting to our spirit. It's so disorienting. And is it harmful? Yeah, but you know what? We're spirit. And so we can work through this for ourselves and find a way. We can find a way for ourselves. We don't need to find a way for everybody else. We can find what works for us. And it is very disorienting when that kind of thing happens. This could be the grief. This could be the grief that we're talking about, that you're moving away from this arguing and nonsense because it is really killing you. So the divine has another gift for you. The desire of your heart is to go find the meaning for you, your meaning in life, because this is not your meaning in life. This is not your purpose in life, but it's part of the path. It's part of your path. And so you leave this group to follow a path that you can hardly even see. You're just being guided by your intuition. You're being guided by your trust and your faith. You're being guided by your trust and your faith, and maybe your ancestors are guiding you. But you need to leave those people behind and just not look back. And this points to the outcome of the reading because we're still in why is the reading taking place at this time? All right, the next card is the near future. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we can make it any clearer. This is the card of leaving leaving the shore of a country that used to once hold meaning for you, but no longer does, because this is what happens. This is what happens there. You need to leave that place. It's time for you to leave that place. And that's grief, because it was once a place that you adored and admired, but and loved and relished in. But now it's time to move on. And you don't know what that other shore is going to bring to you, but I feel it in my heart. It brings you a great joy in a deep way, a deep joy to go to this other place and be received in the way that you are. It's as though Spirit is calling you to Spirit. Come to me. I am here for you. Oh my, I got chills. Here we go. All right. These cards are upside down. All right. Now, this is the reason the reading's taking place. That's the setup. Now, this is what's going on currently and in the near future. So we have the this is the Eight of Wands. Fast movement, travel, quick message coming in. There's your quick message, right? This past information is quick message. I can't stay here. I got to go. Quick movement, travel, a message coming in. That's good news. Good news, like that Ace of Pentacles, is good news. And it's definitely good for you. So that is your energy. You're with this. You are into this. You are aligned with it. Okay, you're aligned with this movement. Oh, the Two of Pentacles is the energy around you. Look at that balance. Yep. The Two of Pentacles, I don't see that card as a card of someone who's out of control and can't keep it together, because that guy is on the beach, standing grounded on the beach. You know, beach sand is not, it moves, right? It moves a lot. So it's not as though he's standing his ground, because the ground is moving under his feet, but he is yet grounded. And he is easily juggling the two coins with such grace. There you go. There's your grace. There's your balance. There's your harmony. So this move for you, it is also filled with emotion. This is an earth sign. This is an earth sign, but there's still a lot of emotion there. And the emotion flows, and it's as though it's clearing out. You know, if you, I grew up on Long Island in New York, and Long Island is on the ocean, and on one side, and on the sound on the other side. But on the ocean side, there were inlets, so the ocean would come through the bay, it would come around the land into the bay and back out again. So it'd be like flushing and flowing. So the water is always clear and clean and fresh. And that flowing movement is necessary. It's as though it's flushing the system. So this is really a beautiful card for you at this point in the reading. Two of Pentacles. All right. Your hopes and dreams. So that is the energy around you, your hopes and dreams. Are you with me so far, Leo? Are you with me? All right. We have the Lovers. Yeah. So what am I getting? I want to say that typically with the Lovers, it's about business for me. For my readings, when the Lovers come up, it's not so much romantic, but business. But the thing about the Lovers card is it occurs at a place in the tarot where you are exploring your sexuality. So this is a card of exploring. So it could be a card of exploring your business prospects, of exploring your partners. Are they reliable? Can I trust them? Are they on the up and up? You know, will we work well together? So that's an exploration too. Let's see. Well, I'm just told it doesn't, whatever it is, I was just told, just know that it's an exploration, and the exploration is what it's all about. The exploration is what it's all about. So you're in a phase of exploring right now, of trying new things. And I'm also being told, go and try the new things. Try the new things, Leo, because nothing is ever a failure, because you've tried it. So you know how it's going to work for you at this time. So there's no failure in that. It may not work for you at this time, but that's not a failure. That's a knowledge that you have. Okay. Oh, this is great. Queen of Swords is the end of the reading for the month of June. So the Queen of Swords, you know, she's victorious. She has suffered some grief. She has suffered grief. And that is how the Queen of Swords has aligned her head and her heart, because the lesson for the suit of swords, which are the air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, they are to learn, their basic lesson is to learn to connect the heart with the head, because they're so smart. They can just become very condescending and very logical, because they can be real smart Alex, you know. But to bring that head to the heart, so bring the compassion into the logic, into the intelligence, and use it for good. So, for instance, becoming a judge or an attorney, working for people to help people, becoming a minister because it has to do with religion, maybe becoming a teacher or a philosopher. So these are all aspects of higher learning. And that's what this suit is about. So the Queen of Swords is a guide for you. She is victorious. Her head has connected to her heart. And with this, what's going on here, your head is definitely connected to your heart, but you got to take care of yourself first. You got to put your own oxygen mask on first. So you need to take care of you first and get your footing. Get your own footing. That's what I get your own footing. And you have so many, there are so many gifts here. This card is a gift. You know what? The 10 of Swords is a gift because it wakes us up. It wakes us up, you know? And then you have the 8 of Cups, which is God calling on that desire in your heart to say, come on, it's time now. Let's go. Let's go. And then you have a new place to go. Not only are you leaving, but you have a new place to go. And it's as though God created it just for you. Just for you. And okay, and then where am I here? Okay, this goes here. Now, the Queen of Swords. So she has learned to uh, include compassion with her decision making and with her words and her language and how she approaches people and how she sets her boundaries. She can set boundaries, but they're compassionate, but she sets them in a way where, she's number one. She takes care of herself first. That's the first lesson here. Learning to take care of yourself first in a way that's compassionate and caring and forgiving and loving and joyful. And when we can do that for ourselves, that's when we can teach others to do it for themselves. And I'm getting the energy of, I'm feeling like the chakra system opening up here. I feel it opening up, and like I said about how this gets cleared, I feel as though there's flow, a sudden flow here in your chakra system all around, up and down, in and out, through and through. And the Queen of Swords sets the environment. So she could, it's a feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a female in your life. It could be a male. It's just the fact that it's a feminine energy. She's compassionate. She she knows what it's like to have children and to love them and to be concerned for them, but that you need to let them learn their own lessons, that kind of thing. This is your mentor for this month. And I wonder, I'm not sure who that person is for you. And it could be a guide. It could be one of your guides. Could be Samael. Could be an ancestor. So there you have it. I think that this lover's card, whether it's a business partnership or a love relationship, which I don't feel that it's going to be a love relationship because you have work to do here. You're not in a place where you should be taking on a lover. You're in a work mode, shadow work, clearing away working with your ancestors to clear away the past, working with Archangel Samael uh, to gain strength and encouragement and wisdom and grace. And okay, so I really love that reading, Leo. All right, I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Is it Chris Lynn who, she did the Chris Lynn, I think is her name. Okay, here we go. The back of them looks like this, I can never remember the name of that tarot deck that she did, although I use it a lot. Okay, here we go. What is the final word? What are the final words for Leo for the month of June? Let's see what we have. Step ahead is all you need. Step ahead is all you need. Wow. Step ahead, Leo. You've got that bright light shining down for you and through you and from you. So go with it. You can do this. I look forward to seeing you next month. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.